Hello everyone, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to lose the Italian fiscal resident or the Italian tax resident whenever you want to move out of Italy, you want to change, you want to go to another country, living in another country. If you're new in this channel, if you're new in this video, ESENtaxa talks about the Italian taxation, also the European taxation, and we explain how to optimize your taxes in this country, how to move in, how to move out correctly, and how to plan a long-term optimization tax when you have a bigger revenue or if you have a structure with companies. In the description below the video, you will see our services, our link to our websites, and our email info@esentaxa.com for any questions and see how we work. So what about the tax residence change or tax residence shift or switch? How to do it properly? If you're living in Italy, if you are a tax resident in Italy, it means that you are worldwide taxable. So you have to declare to Italy, to the Italian state, your worldwide income. That's clear, crystal clear. Now, the problem is that you want to go back to your country or wants to change country, okay? So you have to make sure that your tax residence in Italy has been switched off, okay? And in order to be safe on this point, we have to make a sort of checklist of things that now I'm going to explain you. And if you follow this checklist, you will be bulletproof against the Italian tax agency. So first things you have to do, if you are an Italian citizen, so if you have the Italian passport, Italian citizenship, you have to subscribe to the Italian consulate in the country you're going to move in. This is a very important step because Italian citizens are obliged to do these steps in order to see their name removed from the anagraphical registry of the national population, okay? So this name has to be removed from this national registry for more than 183 days, okay? So if you move in another country before 2nd of July of the year, of the current year, if your name has been removed, you basically, you have done the first important step, the mandatory step, which basically, in this way, the Italian authorities, the Italian tax agency considers you automatically fiscal resident in the new country, and you won't be taxed in Italy worldwide. So, if you're an Italian citizen, again, go to Italian consulate, go to the office called AIRE, register yourself there, because only with this step, you will be seeing your name removed from the Italian National Population Registry. If you're not Italian citizen, you have to perform anyway a mandatory step. You have to contact your communal residence and you have to ask for the expat module. The expat module is simply a form that you can submit also by email, in some cases through PAC email, depends on the communal residence, or you can go by yourself physically to the commune and tell to the commune, I'm going to leave Italy, so I'm going to live in this country, and the expat module, you're going to put the address of the new place you're going to live in. Okay? In this way, the commune will remove your name from the anagraphical population registry. With these two steps, one for the Italian citizen and one for a foreign citizen living in Italy, you basically remove your name from the national population registry, and for this, if this happens for more than 183 days, automatically, by default, Italy doesn't consider you tax resident. But be careful, because now you have to make sure about the other bullet points. The second point is that it's true that you formally remove your name from the anagraphical registry, but it's needed that you practically, de facto, you left Italy. So which means that you have to make sure that the real residence has been cut off. So if, for example, if you keep your ties in Italy, if you have your family, your child in Italy, or all your relations, your parents, no, well, the parents, no, they are not taken into account for this, but your friends, let's say your friends, all your people that normally you see, well, you didn't really cut your ties, okay? So for this specific case, you have to be very careful. You have to make sure that you're not going back to Italy too often, just see your friends, just see your girlfriend, just see your wife, okay? If you have a family, of course, the entire family has to move with you. Otherwise, the ties are not cut. And then you have to make sure to remove your domicile. Domicile, residence, and anagraphical residence are three different concepts. The anagraphical residence is where you have put your name in your anagraphical registry population, and we have already said that we removed this thing thanks to the AIRE inscription, or if you're a foreigner, through the expat module. So this is done. But the residence, it's like cutting your ties with your family, for example, and the domicile also, it's where you work. It's the place where you generate the majority of your income, the majority of your revenue. So where is your affair? Where is your business? And you have to make sure that you don't have for more than 183 days per year the domicile in Italy. So it's not just enough the formal step of removing your name from the registry, but it also is important to cut your ties and remove your domicile. This is very important because if you are working from the Italian companies, if you are a shareholder of an Italian company, if you have Italian bank accounts, all these things are connected with your fiscal code, and those informations are sent to the Italian tax agency. So the Italian tax agency sees you still as somebody that lives in Italy, makes business in Italy, etc., etc. Of course, you can keep doing these things if in the new country you are making more money, in the sense that the center of the affair is the other country. So if Italy somehow contests you the tax residence and instead you have the tax certificate, the tax residence certificate of the new country, then we can invoke the Convention to avoid double taxation, check the ties break rules. I've made a video on this, in which we can contest against the Italian tax agency, and we can say, look, the majority of my business, the majority of my income is coming from another country, is not coming from Italy. So the domicile, the bigger part of the domicile, the bigger part of the revenue, so the real domicile is abroad and not in Italy. But you have to have the tax certificate of the other country. And then the physical presence. Of course, if you pass more than 183 days in Italy, physically, let's say, in the Italian territory, you might be liable of Italian taxes. Again, these things is true unless you have the tax certificate in the country in which you moved in. So you have to make sure to pass at least 6 months in the new country to have the chance to provide this document. So the tax certificate is basically a document that can trigger can invoke the ties break rules that avoid you to be requalified as Italian tax residents. This is because you cannot hold two tax residency at the same time. You cannot be taxed worldwide in two countries at the same time. Now, whenever you move abroad, whenever you change country, you're living in another country, it's always recommendable doing it at the beginning of the year because it's more easier. If you do it at the beginning of the year, in the first 6 months, you provide to remove your domicile, your residency, you cut your ties, and you subscribe yourself in the IRE, or you use the expat module, is the smoothest way to do it. Of course, when you move in the new country, you declare in the new country the income generated in Italy from January up to July or June in the first 6 months. Instead, if you move abroad after the 2nd of July, well, it's impossible to say that you're not Italian fiscal resident because you passed the first 6 months as a domicile residence and a graphical name in your registry for more than 183 days. So that's crystal clear, we cannot do anything about it. So Italy requires you to pay taxes on worldwide, and in new country you're going to, you will be taxed on a territorial basis. And Italy will tax credit some taxes that you have already paid in the new country. So this is how it works. If you want to know more about your specific situation, you can write us at info@ESENtaxa.com. In the description below the video, you will see our email, our contact, our services. We can assist clients to move in and out Italy, and the tax residence, it's one of the most critical aspects and important points. So we provide a consultation to understand your particular situation and provide you a smooth relocation in or out Italy. Something else to mention is that things have to be done carefully with the help of a tax advisor. And we are able also to check all your documentation and check your structure. If you have companies, if you hold companies, then make sure you're qualified in another country rather than Italy, or vice versa. And that's it for this video. I wanted to clarify these points because we have several clients that are still in doubt on these subjects. If you like this content, as always, please like button and subscribe to ESENtaxa because we are going to release new videos, especially because Italy is going to release the new tax informations, the new budget law 2023. So we are going to release more and more news. Thank you. See you the next time and have a good day. Bye.